Yeah, it's my screen visible, ma'am. PPT, can you able to see this? Introduction IoT.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Both document. This one white and blue and peach color. Both are visible, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. As I said yesterday, we discussed a few things about IoT, and I told you what are the things you are going to discuss for this semester, as well as regarding project we'll discuss more, and the topic model projects, everything I told you. I have made the title of the project, and it was available in your course page. You can refer, and I ask you to form a team, and that should be informed to any one of your CRs. Okay, so those things happened yesterday. Plus, one more thing I wish to say, I have made one digital assignment and two quizzes. Okay, one digital assignment and two quizzes. The date for digital assignment I have given only end, like I think by November end, after your CAT2 exam only I have given that. I'll tell you what are the things you have to submit for that, everything. So if this date is okay for all of you, means I'll make it freeze. 1 minute. Yeah, I have given the date as 25th of November. Okay, so is it okay for all of you? After your CAT2 exam only. Okay, and after I think the last working day is around December 8, 9, 10 something. I don't know the date exactly. So after we have one more week. Okay, after that, and so I'll give you a few exercises. Those things should be done and submitted, or what are the things? Everything it will be accumulated, and you have to do it. Okay. So 25th of November is the date for your digital assignment. You can view everything from your VTOP. Okay. So as I told you, you have one DA, two quiz, two CAT 1 and CAT 2, and FAT exam. This is the rubrics, assessment rubrics, how you have to perform, right? Fine. We'll go for the topic, and what are the discussions you have regarding project? Once I finish the class, we will discuss. Okay, you please wait. Yeah. So is my screen visible, ma? Introduction, Internet of Things. Yes. So this semester we are going to discuss about IoT. This module comprises of the various topics, like all these things. So before that I'll tell you the objective. I'll remind you the objective one more time. So what are the objectives of IoT? Is my screen visible, ma? Yes, I need response.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, fine. So what are the objectives we
Yes,
discussed
ma'am.
yesterday? Yeah, what are the objectives we discussed yesterday? To impart knowledge on the infrastructure, sensor technologies and networking technologies of IoT. So I told you in each and every module we are going to discuss few technologies. So we should apply how much we can. We should know the basic functionality and what is the infrastructure and what are the communication link we should know regarding that, those connections, everything. So to impart knowledge on the infrastructure, sensor technologies and networking technologies of IoT is the first objective. The second objective is to analyze, design and develop the IoT solution. So if you're for your project task, you're going to choose a particular specific problem. For that problem, what are the ways available, you should analyze it, and from that all analysis I came to a conclusion that this is this my method, or this method is an efficient or best one or optimized one, something like that. Okay, so that is the to analyze, design and develop the solution for the IoT paradigms. And the next is to explore the innovative aspect of the Internet of Things. So how much what are the existing technologies and how we are going to make some innovation in the model. So that is the thing, to explore the innovative aspect of the IoT. And finally comes to apply the concept of IoT in the real world scenarios. So I told you a few examples like baby cradle system, like baby monitoring system. So how the baby is moving there, here and there and all, and what is the body temperature for the particular baby, like is it normal or a slight fever or a high fever, something like that. Okay, so to apply the concepts of IoT in the real world scenarios, it may be anything. It may be regarding your hospital or something like that, or smart parking system, or a smart city system, whatever. Okay, so wherever we could be able to apply the things whatever we performed, that would be uh, implemented properly. Oh, so that is of real world scenarios. Yes. Yes,
We
Hostess.
can just see the introduction of internet things. We cannot see any other slide.
You cannot able to see the slide.
No, ma'am, your slides are stuck. It's not changing. So we are on the only first slide. We are not changing.
No man, still I am talking about the first. IoT objectives, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
This is visible, ma. Second slide, I'm talking about second slide. First slide is introduction, IoT. Second is this one. So I'm discussing about the second slide. Okay, while I'm moving to the next, I'll scroll it. You don't worry about that, right? Fine. Okay. Yeah. So these are the objectives what we have for the whole syllabus, not only for this module, for the whole syllabus. Okay, fine. The next is, these are the topics we are going to discuss in this first module. These are the topics we are going to discuss in the first.
Ma'am, it is under object. Now it moved. Okay, ma'am.
It's okay now. Now, okay. Now, module 1 introduction is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Okay, fine. So in this module, we are going to discuss the definition of IoT. What are the characteristics? What are the challenges, issues faced by the IoT task? What is about the physical and logical design? Followed by that, the various functional blocks of IoT. Finally, security mechanisms for IoT. Okay. So how will you define it? How will you define it? You are talking something about IoT. What is that? What is that? Internet of Things is the network of physical objects embedded with electronics, software, sensors, and network connectivity, which enables these objects to collect and exchange the data. Okay, I'll repeat the definition. Is the network of physical objects embedded with electronics, software, sensors, and network connectivity, which enables these objects to collect and exchange data. And one more thing is, the IoT allows the objects to be sensed and controlled remotely across existing network infrastructure, creating opportunities for direct integration between the physical world and the computer-based system, which would be helpful for improving the efficiency of the system, accuracy of the system, as well as it is economically beneficial. Okay, so how the things are there. So we can't say this is the exact definition for IoT. So we may have, if you are searching in Google, or if you are reading from different resources like your textbook or reference book, whatever, we have different terms are available, different concepts are available. But simply, I brought a small definition here. It is the network of physical objects embedded with all the thing like electronic, software, sensors, and network connections, which enable all these things to function. Not only it is present, it is going to perform something. It is collector, exchange the data. And the one more definition is, it will allows the objects to be sensed and controlled remotely across the existing infrastructure, and it provides the chances for direct integration between physical world and computer based system. So if you are making that real world scenarios, it would be helpful for improving the efficiency. Perfect exact data will be there, and it would be economically beneficial. And this is a small representation or layout what I got it from different resource. So one of the resource is this one, and another thing is this 3D icons for internet based things. This is one diagram. So how we are providing connection, like your home, bulbs, and cameras, and your mobile phone. Humans are also connected, right? Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, your TV, monitors, headsets, everything. Okay, some components are there. So how they would be connected? That is what I have given in the definition. And this is another thing, everyday thing days, like whatever the objects you are using, like alarm clock, and how it provide connection with smart homes and cities, vehicles, how the car is moving, it can be monitored and controlled. Okay, so everything like a telemedicine, healthcare, energy consumption, building management, um, surveillance, right? It's everything we are using, right? Embedded mobile, wireless sensor network, and agriculture automation. So everything's get connected for smarter. Everything gets connected for smarter. Okay. So this is these are the two diagrams. You can obtain so many things. It's available in Google, or I brought these two. Fine. And what are the characteristics? So you should know, up to this, you should know what is the definition, and by viewing this diagram, you have some idea, I think. Okay. So everything should be connected and everything should be get smarter. Smarter in the sense, the performance should be improved. Okay. So I should obtain or retrieve exact results. Okay. And my timing should be an optimized one. My process should be an optimized one, something like that. And coming for the characteristics, the first characteristic is dynamic global network and self-adapting. Dynamic global network and self-adapting means that capability to dynamically adapt the changing context based on your operating conditions as well as user context. Okay, so imagine I am purchasing a device. Okay, maybe I am purchasing some camera, something like that. Okay, webcam, something like that. So this could be capable of uh, adapting, or it should be suitable at least for 5 years or to 3 years. It should be capable of adapting all those changes what is happening around. Okay, so capability to dynamically adapt the changing context. Okay, dynamically adapt the changing context based on their operating condition as well as user context. If you are using very old devices, it won't be compatible, right? So few things, while we are purchasing or while we are buying something, we should be very careful how the things could be capable of adapting the changes for better enhancement, something like that, right? So capability to dynamically adapt the changing context based on their operating condition as well as user context. So if I'm giving some input, it could be capable of obtaining all those things and processed. So that is also there. The second thing is self-configuring. The IoT devices have the ability to configure themselves, set up the networking, and fetch latest software upgrades with minimum manual or user intervention. Okay, as you know, you are working with your Bluetooth and you are working with different types of Wi-Fi connection, and we are providing some basic things. If it is everything is proper, automatically the updates will be available. You are working with your mobile phone, so the updates are available. So it should be compatible to work in all the modes. Okay, so once we have done everything, it will automatically work by themselves. So that is what given in that self-configuring. The IoT devices have the ability to configure themselves, set up the networking and fetch latest software upgrades with minimum manual or user intervention. Okay, be clear with these two things. The third is interoperable communication protocol. So it means that we are in need of a lot of protocols. Protocols in the sense, how will you define protocol? Set of rules used for communication purpose. Set of rules used for communication. I can say something like procedures, or I should follow this steps to perform some execution, something like that. So communicate with the various devices through protocols. Okay, so there are so many protocols available. We will discuss all those in further modules. So they are said to be interoperable. So that is the thing here. The next is unique identity. Each IoT device has a unique identity. As you are working with your addresses, IP address. Suppose now I'm taking class from a home. Okay, so if you want to search for that particular user, you could be able to retrieve this IP address. Suppose morning I took class from VIT. So there I have another IP address. You know that, right? That is meant for identification purpose. You know that? So if you people are working with your PC, or if you are working in common with you are doing with a common server, you know, different things. So unique identity is meant for all the internet, as well as the devices also having some unique identity. Okay, what are the devices involved with IoT task? They're also having unique identity. The next is integrated into information network. This allows to communicate and exchange data with other devices to perform certain analysis. For example, RFID, we are going to make use of RFID, right? A radio frequency identification device, right? Radio frequency identification. So if the frequency range from this to this, I could be able to hear this song. Okay, I can hear song from this channel, something like that. So this allows to communicate and exchange data with other devices. So the IoT is capable of communicating with all those devices connected with it. Suppose if I'm connecting my RFID with the I'm connecting RFID with my system. So whether it could be capable of retrieving, or if I'm connecting those with the mobile phone, or if I want to show some output, or I have to give some input, everything is possible, right? So it could be capable of integrating with different networks. These are the main characteristics. Few things are there. We can then and there we'll make a note of it, right? So yeah. Yeah, Rishin Pandit. Can you hear me, Rishin Pandit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You please read those characteristics one more time. Just read it.
Okay, ma'am. Dynamic global network and self-adapting capability to dynamically adapt the changing context based on their operating condition user context.
Good.
Self-configuring IoT devices have the ability to configure themselves, set up the networking, and fetch latest software upgrades with minimal manual or user intervention. Interoperable communication protocols communicate with the various devices through protocols. Unique identity. Each IoT device has a unique identity. Integrated into information network. This allows to communicate and exchange data with other devices to perform certain analysis.
Okay, thank you, Rishan. So why I ask you to read it is, while you are reading, please, your friends also should have to read it. So just for thinking about whether what are the things I have discussed, it should be in your mind. Okay, you can directly prepare for your exam. So these are the characteristics what we should know regarding the IoT task. Okay, so then and there I'll ask you people to interact with me. Okay, because we are not in class, right, on manual mode class. So we are doing online class. So I need this support. Fine. And one more diagram. Inferring information and knowledge from data. This is not specifically, but something maybe useful for you. We have data. What is the data? Raw and unprocessed data obtained from IoT devices and system. Okay, we have raw and unprocessed data. You know what is raw data? Raw, that is unprocessed one, which is obtained from the IoT devices and system. What I'm saying as information, the information is info from data by filtering, processing, categorizing, condensing, and contextualizing data. Okay, you know what is filtering? I think the things which is required alone should be filtered. The remaining things can be omitted. Processing, we are going to process the data in the required form. Categorizing comes in classification. Condensing, in the sense, it is also somewhat similar to filtering. So, which is the required exactly what we required. Okay, so that is something like condensing. And contextualizing, in the sense, if you're going for a specific topic or specific data, so it should be a contextual one. Okay, so the quality of the data should be there. And finally comes the knowledge, how the data is processed as information and how that information is converted into knowledge. So the knowledge is info from information by organizing and structuring the information and is put into action to achieve specific objectives. So that we are calling as knowledge. So there are much differences between data, information, and knowledge. We can call it as data as a whole, information after performing something, I should say that as a information, and knowledge is specifically we are making use for certain IoT purpose. Okay, so that's why we are calling it as a smarter one, smarter. Okay, for that I gave this slide. Fine. And yeah, apart from the normal characteristics what we discussed here, you can see the application on IoT networks extract and create information from lower level data by, for this only I brought this diagram. So we can make a different task like processing, categorizing, condensing, and context clustering. And this information is obtained and then organized and structured to infer knowledge about the system or its users, its environment and its operation, and progress towards the objective. That's why we are calling it as a smarter performance as shown in the figure. So the knowledge we are calling it as a smarter one. Okay. So this slide is related to the previous slide. Okay. So I have highlighted few things here that was given in the theoretical aspect here. Fine. The next is, what are the challenges and issues in IoT? What are the challenges and issues in IoT? Before that, we will see one more PDF. It's another PDF. Is it visible, ma'am? This is from Mohan Kumar G, SJC department from Mysore. Okay, this is one of the material what I wish to share to you. What is IoT? So what I have given, that was given as the definition here. It is the network of physical objects or things which is embedded with electronic software, sensors, and network connectivity. And it allows the objects to be sensed and controlled with remotely accessing. Okay, so this is one of the device. So what I'm calling as things, what do you mean by things? Internet of things. What is that things? This can refer to a wide variety of devices such as heart monitoring implants, biochip transponders on farm animals, electric clamps in coastal waters, automobiles with built-in sensors, DNA analysis device for environmental, food and pathogen monitoring, or field operation devices that assist firefighters in search and rescue operations. These devices collect useful data with the help of various existing technologies and then autonomously flow the data between other devices. Okay, so these are the example for things that I wish to share. Heart monitoring implants. You know what is heart monitoring implants? So whether the pulse rate is good, okay, or it is lower or higher, something like that, everything will be monitored here. Biochip transponders, in the sense for animals they are using that, like your RFID. And coastal waters, electrical clamps are using, and automobiles are there with built-in sensors, and DNA analysis also there. So we are calling each and everything as a thing. Each and everything as a thing. So how much data possible will collect from there and then will be processed, right? Processing in the sense the data should be converted into information. The information is finally moved to smarter knowledge. That's what I have given. And coming for the history of IoT, this is not actually available in your syllabus, but we will know something about IoT, right? The concept of Internet of Things first became popular in 1999 through the Auto ID Center at MIT and related market analysis publication. So the radio frequency identification plays a major role here. It was seen as a prerequisite for that IoT at that point. If all objects and people in daily life were equipped with identifiers, computers could manage and inventory them. Besides using RFID, the tagging of things may be achieved through such technology as near-field communication, barcode, QR code, Bluetooth, digital watermarking, everything. So in our VIT, we people are making biometric attendance, right? So the RFID is meant for identifying the particular thing. Okay, so that is what given. So how IoT works? So this was coming in introduction. That's why I want to share. It's not a result of single novel technology. Instead, several complementary technical developments provide capabilities that taken together and help to bridge the gap between virtual and physical world. Slides are not visible, ma?
No, ma'am.
I am sharing comment.
It's freeze.
Now we are on a slide called challenges and issues.
This white and blue slide is visible. What I prepared, that is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that is visible. This is one more resource, ma. This also gives something about IoT. That's why I want to share. Wait. Usually we'll share the desktop, but here some option I've changed. I don't know. Now, ma. Now it's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yeah. So this is what I'm discussing now. So the same definition is available, no problem. So same definition, what I have given in my slide is available. And things I told you about things. So what do you mean by what are the things? Why we are calling it as Internet of Things? Okay. So what refers to things? For that I brought this material. Heart monitoring implants, biochip transponders on farm animals, electrical clamps in coastal waters, automobiles with built-in sensors, DNA analysis devices for environmental, food and pathogen monitoring, field operation devices that assist firefighters in search and rescue operation. So these devices collect useful data with the help of various existing technologies and then autonomously flow the data between other devices. So the raw data is converted into knowledge with the help of IoT technology. So what are the things I have given in this slide? Okay. And coming for the history, the concept of IoT first became popular in 1999 through the Auto ID Center at MIT, meant for market analysis publication. And there they have used radio frequency identification, RFID. So I think you know what is RFID. We are using barcode, QR codes and biometric attendance, everything, right? Bluetooth, digital watermarking, everything is said to be the example for RFID. So with that RFID only, the IoT started its journey. Okay. And now we have a much more communication technologies as well as different components are available for IoT. Fine. The next is how IoT works. How IoT works. Internet of Things is not the result of single novel technology. Instead, several complementary technical development provide capabilities that taken together help to bridge the gap between virtual and physical world. Virtual and physical world. So these capabilities include communication and cooperation. So all the devices should be communicated and addressed properly, and it should be capable of working in all the environment. Like what I told you initially about that IoT characteristics. So which should be capable of working on different environments. Okay, so that is also there. Addressability, we discussed about addressability. actually how the things are addressed. Okay, how the things are addressed. Identification purpose. So RFID is a very good example for identification. So each and everything is having unique ID for that. And sensing. For example, imagine, no imagination. We have a cup, and I'm pouring coffee into it, right? We have a cup, and I'm pouring coffee. So how can I say without, if I'm closing my eyes, right? If I'm closing my eyes, how can I say that cup is full? I'm pouring coffee into the cup. How can I say, even though I have knowledge, right? I know, but I can make some measure, or this much quantity I can pour, something like that. That is different. But how the device will sense it, how the cup will sense it? Any guess for this question? So that is IoT. You have a cup, and you are pouring coffee into it. So the cup is full. We know, as a human, we know now it's going to be full. So I'll stop pouring. That is different. If I'm closing my eyes and pouring, I can something like maybe fill. Something is different. Okay, so that is how we are thinking. That is different. It is another type of knowledge.
Ma'am,
Yes.
we can, like, if we have a camera there, or like something like that, like in the back end, if we have IoT working, like, which can actually measure the distance.
Camera is there, but it is also like your surveillance monitoring something. That is different. But how the cup identifies that? If the water level reaches that particular, if that coffee level reaches that particular, some sensing, right? Sensing, something like that.
Or we can use some kind of heat sensor device. We can embed it.
Yeah, that's what I wish to say. That's the expected answer. So if it touches that particular liquid, okay, so the liquid has reached that level, so we can conclude that that particular cup was going to be filled. So we'll stop. Okay, so those type of things, as a human, our idea will be different, and the IoT will take it as a smarter one. As a machine, we should call it as a smarter one. Okay, it will automatically sense it. Once we are opening your door, and if you are giving some time or IoT devices you are using in your home, at your homes for smarter, so the washing machine will be switch on by this time, and it will be stopped by the time, and coffee maker will be there. Everything is functioning, right? That is to me the smarter. So we need something to be sensed. We need something should be identified. That is what IoT. Okay, so these are the things actually we need. How IoT works: communication and cooperation is required, addressability is required, identification is required, sensing is required, actuation. For if you people are using with different electronic devices, okay? So the actuator, what is the functionality of actuator? Embedded information processing. We have a collection of components and technologies we are using. How the things are embedded, how the things are integrated, and localization. Like we can't make everything as a global one. Okay, so it should be a personalized one. So something like that. And how the user is providing communication interface between all those devices. Everything is there. So with all this, the IoT is working. Okay, and yeah, still it's there. So this is another example: RFID, sensor, smart technology, nanotechnology. Okay. So what is the functionality of RFID? My slide is visible now. Yeah, to identify and track the data of things. What is the functionality of RFID? To identify and track the data of things. What is the functionality of sensor? To collect and process the data, to detect the changes in the physical status of things, to detect the changes in the physical status. And if I'm talking about smart technology, to enhance the power of the network by devolving the processing capabilities to different part of the network. So which device should have to perform at what time? So whether it could be, even though we are providing connection, So how I can say it is a smarter? Okay, so the processing capabilities of each and every device is required. And finally comes nanotech to make the things smaller and smaller, which have the ability to connect and interact. So now we are preferring, right? We don't want wired. Okay, we want everything to be non-wired connections. Okay, something like that. Like if you want to use mouse, if it is wired, we are not comfortable with that. We need a wireless, right? So something like that. So everything is said to be optimized, and the technology is like that. So we should adapt for that. So RFID, sensor, smart tech, nanotech. So with all these things, the IoT works. And coming for the structure of IoT, this is said to be a gigantic network consisting of different network devices and computers and technologies, so many things. So we can have different types of things. One type is tagging things, another is feeling things, another is shrinking things, another is thinking things. So I gave you a few examples about things in the second or third slide in this document. So tagging in the sense real-time item traceability and addressability. Example is RFID. Feeling things is said to be a sensor which act as a primary device to collect data from the environment. Okay, we have different types of sensors. More sensors are available. For your project, if you want, you can make use of that sensors also based on your task. And shrinking in the sense miniaturization and nanotechnology has provoked the ability of smaller things to interact and connect within the things or smarter devices. And finally comes thinking. Embedded intelligence in devices through sensors has formed the network connection. It can make the things realizing the intelligent control. Okay, like your artificial AI and how you are writing program. Okay, for functioning that IoT difference. And this is a small layout, but actually I don't have a 2021. I'll try to search it. If I have, I'll include in my slide. Okay. So what is the status and future prospect of IoT? How many devices we could be able to connect, and so change, how the changes are evolving from 2003 to 2020. I have given 21. I have to update. Okay, I'll check it out. And IoT as a network of networks. So I told you in my slide, you can see this is a diagram where we have different things are connected together. So similarly, here we have education, transport, energy, others, earth, home, business, everything. Okay, so we are calling it as a individual networks connected together with security, analytics and management. Security, analytics and management. So these networks connected with added security, analytics and management capability. Already something is there. I can't say IoT is having full-fledged functions, something like that. So we have something, we are making that, we are converting that into a smarter one with the help of IoT. Okay, this is the thing. And this will allow IoT to become even more powerful in what it can help people achieve. Okay, so this is the changes, how the IoT and how the people are adapting to IoT devices, right? Fine. And so this is what I have given in my slide also, knowledge management, turning the data into wisdom. So initially you will collect some raw data. So those data can be converted into information, as I said. So how I say it is a information, it should be processed, it should be categorized, it should be contextualized, something like that. But answers to who, what, where, when question. Okay, the information should be analyzed in such a way that the answers for who, what, where and when. And coming for the knowledge, answers to how questions. Okay, how we got this. Okay, so knowledge. And understanding is appreciation of why. And wisdom evaluated the understanding. Okay, so this is a small layout which emphasizes how we are calling that IoT as a smarter one. Fine. And future of IoT, this is one more diagram I brought it. It's the sky is not the limit. it is only the beginning with IoT, right? Something like that. Potential. If you want, you can make use of all these things. I'll upload both the material for introduction to IoT. Okay. And the next comes challenges and issues. I think it would be better we will discuss that tomorrow. Okay, fine. So with this, I'll stop today. We discussed only about definition, characteristics, and what are the aspects around IoT, what we are calling as shrinking things, feeling things, or something like that. Things we discussed depth today. Okay, ma? Do you have any doubt? Let me know now. Plus, few maybe ask something